Hey, welcome to the President Kitchen. Here, everything's tasty and everything is really buttery. Now, I'm working with one of the top butters in the world for me. It's an iconic butter from France. Of course, we all know it. It's the famous President butter, which is absolutely made in India now. Can you believe that? We have a choice of salted and unsalted butter. So literally all you chefs and all you home cooks, all you pastry chefs and bakers, we've got something which is completely up your alley. Now today is a very classical recipe, of course, which has a Vicky Ratnani and a presidential twist to it. We are going to be butter poaching a beautiful piece of sea bass. Now, why do we butter poach? Now, butter poaching is slowly cooking any protein or vegetable in a clarified butter, which I have right here. Now, to make clarified butter is very simple. Take your President butter into a pot or a pan and slowly simmer it until the solids separate and you're left with this lovely, amazing liquid gold, as I would call it. So I'm adding this butter right here. Now there's a lot of ways you can get creative with poaching fish. That is the flavor of the butter. So imagine whatever you're cooking the fish in this butter will actually absorb some amazing flavors. So first things first, we have to do is start flavoring our butter. Now, as you know, Vicky Ratnani is a global chef. He's traveled all around the world. He's worked with 37 different nationalities. So I believe that there is no boundaries or parameters to cooking. Okay, people have this whole phobia of the butters which we make in India are only good for Indian cooking and we can't do any other cooking but with Indian butter. But guys, I'm really sorry about that. As much as I love India, but I think this is one of the best butters that I've ever used. Okay, so now we're going to be flavoring our unsalted President butter with a little bit of rosemary. So we have a couple of sprigs of rosemary. We have some thyme here. Okay, and then we have some lemongrass, which I'm actually bashing it here. Now, so once this goes in, we've got this, and now I'm going to be just firstly switching off my butter at the moment. So what am I doing here? I'm actually creating a fantastic, really nice, flavorful butter. I've got lemongrass, I've got some rosemary, I've got some thyme, I've got about 15 to 20 grams of sliced ginger, which I've got here. I've got 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, which I've added into the butter. Now, once this butter has been used, you can also reuse this butter for various other things as well. Like I'm going to be literally sauteing some vegetables in this butter, which I'm going to be serving with my fish. So I've got about 4 basil leaves in here. Now, definitely chilies. I love to use chilies in my cooking. So I've taken about 2 fresh bird's eye chilies over here. You can also use chili flakes if you wish. You also want to use green chilies if you want. I also have these lovely lime leaves. Okay, so I've taken about 5 or 6 lime leaves and I've created this fabulous butter infusion. Now imagine cooking anything in this. This is exactly what you're doing. So you have this lovely citrusy garlic aromas coming from here as well. Now the whole idea is that you have to keep the temperature of your butter very low. So literally I have got this up to a simmer, but now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be moving this to a much smaller place so that we have a little control over our temperature of our butter. Okay, and here we go. So I also have some coriander stems which I'm adding here as well. Okay, so along with this I'm going to be adding a little bit of salt to our butter as well. Great. So this is our poaching liquid which we are going to be using for our fish just now to cook. I already have these lovely 2 gorgeous pieces of fish fillets which are absolutely fresh from the market, and I'm going to be literally dropping these down here. Okay, so I've got these 2 beautiful pieces of fish here which I'm going to be adding in here, and then I have actually saved a bit of my clarified butter, which I'm going to be adding just over the top. So literally this is one of those amazing, delicious, chef-driven recipes. And guess what? It's also very, very keto friendly, by the way. We're going to be covering this and we're going to be cooking this on a slow simmer. This will take about 7 to 8 minutes. Now obviously along with my fish, I'd love to serve some lovely vegetables. So what do we have here? We have some lovely bok choy here, okay? So I think this bok choy will make a great accompaniment for this fish. You know, we could lightly steam it, we could stir fry it, but I think we are going to be stir frying this. So I'm going to be just chopping up my bok choy, okay? And then we're going to be adding it along with our fish. And along with this, we're also going to be making some fantastic zucchini. There's nothing better than a President butter poached fish along with these lovely green veggies on the side. So we're just going to be cutting these on a bias here. Okay, beautiful. And we're going to put these on the side. So we have our veggies here. I also have a nice zucchini, which we're going to be cutting it into fine strips. So really nice, beautiful zucchini ribbons going on here for my lovely butter poached dish. Brilliant. So we're going to be just moving our fish right here and we're going to be starting with our vegetables. Now we have these lovely zucchini which we've cut into ribbons. You can cut the zucchini just like the bok choy. You can cut your zucchini if you wish on a bias like an Asian style, but I've got these lovely ribbons which I would like to use in this dish. It gives it a lot of dramatic feels to it, and what I'm going to be doing now here is I'm going to be literally cutting these into long noodles, okay? So we have these lovely zucchini noodles or zoodles as you want to call it, along with my lovely bok choy. It's going to make a sensational stir fry, okay? So we've got this here nicely mixed together. I also have some sliced garlic. I have some chilies here. And guess what? We also have some amazing flavored butter, which we are going to be cooking our vegetables in here as well. That's all we need, guys. Perfect. So we've got our lovely flavored full President butter over here, into which we are going to be adding some sliced garlic. We're going to be adding maybe 1 chili inside here. So the idea is to just slightly roast your garlic with this lovely flavored oil which we've got right here, and into which we're going to be adding our vegetables. So we have our zucchini, we have our bok choy. Feel free to use any kind of fresh vegetables which is available in your market. That's the whole beauty about cooking. I always like to repeat this whenever I travel, whenever I'm cooking, and I like to mentor chefs. I mentor a lot of chefs around the country, and I tell them at the end of the day, respect your produce, eat seasonal, be hyper local, and use the best products. That's it. So adding a little bit of this, we're going to give this a nice stir fry, and literally that's all we need. You can add different spices if you want. You can add a dash of soy sauce if you wish. So all we need is salt, and I'm just going to add just a twist of a half a teaspoon of lime juice into this, and our vegetables and our fish is ready. And I think we have another winner. President butter poached fish along with noodles of zucchini and stir-fried bok choy in a lemongrass and lime leaf butter. Do like, do share, and definitely all your fridges need to be stocked with some President unsalted and salted butter. Believe me, because it's true and it's the best.